Hi, my name is Jennifer Reinke, and I will be presenting some instructional strategies that I used in HDFS 101, Individual and Family Development. There were about 150 students enrolled in this course, and most were freshmen or sophomores. So as a trained marriage and family therapist, I was primarily concerned about students' mental health and feeling a lack of community or a lack of connection when we moved into the online classroom. So given student feedback and my own perspective, I believe the transition to online was successful due to the three C's: practicing compassion, a commitment to consistency, and nurturing our class community. So in terms of compassion, I made an attempt to show concern for their situations and really demonstrate empathy. This is in line with what we do as a helping professional and what I hope students are kind of embracing within themselves as a future helping professional. So showing concern about the uncertainty of the future and the fear and the feeling of being unsettled or the ambiguity, and really asking questions of, are you okay? Or that must be really stressful, or I'm so sorry that that happened to you, or that you are now having, caregiving responsibilities that you weren't expecting to. In that, I also try to encourage self-compassion. So I would get emails from students saying, I missed the exam testing window with all this fear and panic. And so my first response would be, I know you may feel disappointed, or I know you may feel really frustrated in yourself by missing this exam. And I hope that you can be kind and gentle to yourself and forgive yourself for making a mistake during this really stressful period. And so just really encouraging their own self-kindness. I also would come back to the growth mindset, which is something that we talked about in class prior to moving online. Of it's challenging, it's tough for a lot of students, and you can do it, and really kind of showing students that I believe in them and that they are capable of doing the hard work. And then finally, connecting students to resources. I did receive some emails from students who needed food and shelter and financial assistance. And so not really serving in a social worker capacity, but really connecting to them to the resources that I knew were available on campus and that they could have access to. In terms of consistency, I put a lot of time into making sure the Canvas course was structured in a consistent way. So each week had, the same the lecture, the readings, the assignments, and everything was in the same order. So it was really predictable for students. They knew exactly where to find things. I also try to be consistent in terms of how and when I communicated to students. So every Monday morning at 8 o'clock, an announcement went out describing what students could expect for the week. And then when assignments were due, a daily reminder would go out that morning at 8 o'clock. And so if an exam was due, or if a paper or a different activity was due, they would receive some reminders throughout the week, because that's what I would have done in person. Finally, community. This is something that I was really concerned, especially because the class was mostly freshmen, and I wanted to try to create this space of, we're in this together. We're moving through trying to navigate COVID-19 as a class. So one of the things that I did, and my entire instructional team, so with the graduate teaching assistants I worked with, something we did was just check-ins. Sometimes we would focus on, any student that got below a 70% on this exam, we're going to send them an email to say, how are you doing? Again, here are my office hours. Let's set up a meeting. Is there anything I can help you with? And that really gave us a good sense of where students were at academically, but also personally. Sometimes we would reach out to students, um, you know, just based by their last name, or based by those that did really well on an exam, just to say, hey, I see you. Congratulations. I can see you're really working hard. And so just making those individual emails with students, and it wasn't every week and every student, but we would try to kind of randomly select what our approach would be that week and just check in with students to let them know we're here, we're visible, and we are in this together, and we are really trying to support one another through this.